Welcome to Underkill TV. We're still at the Hard Rock Hell. We're joined with a band needs no introduction whatsoever, the Red, White and Blues. Welcome to the show, guys. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. Really glad you're here today. Looking forward to seeing the show. What's it like to be playing Hard Rock Hell? Is it the first time you've played it?
It is the first time. It's as you're in your band, you look in the magazines and you see this kind of festival every year, sort of going, oh, it'd be really cool to play it this year. It came by complete chance that we managed to do it. And we're very happy to be here. It looks like a great... We've literally just arrived, but it looks like a really cool thing to be involved with.
That's what I was going to say. What do you think of the setup of the whole idea of having like 5,000 metal rock, hard rockers all on camp? What do you think of the setup? You know, everybody sort of on camp. The weather can't affect it. It's all indoors.
I think it's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I mean, I suppose everyone who comes here, there's so many bands to watch. And like you said, it's indoors and... I think it's a good thing. Yeah, brilliant.
In a time where people say that rock music isn't viable anymore and people are no longer interested in it, the fact that you can get 5,000 people into a holiday resort just here to listening to rock music and be part of that community, fantastic.
And the last 12 months, you guys have been pretty much non-stop playing, promoting your album. You also done the Download Festival, which was a bit touch and go, wasn't it, earlier on in the year? You weren't sure if you were going to play it because of the weather, but you managed to get on and do a little set in the day, and you played the Sunday as well.
The thing is, people think that it's been non-stop for us, but the reality is, I think we've only played like 30 concerts. I mean, because we just do little bits here and there. We've done 3 or 2 shows with Whitesnake, 2 shows with Chickenfoot, 6 shows with Lynyrd Skynyrd, about 9 shows with the Choir Boys, and that's about it. And a couple of like little headline shows. So we've been very lucky that we've had some really cool, high-profile shows, and the response to the record has been great. But it's such a privilege for us just to play concerts because it happens so often, so inoften for us. So we're just pleased to play and be given the chance and be allowed to be part of all of it.
And have you guys had the chance to start sort of putting any ideas together for a follow-up record?
Yeah, we were just doing that just the other day. The little time that we have, it's mainly on tour when we're on touring, and Mike gets guitar out, and we just try to write some new stuff, and eventually we will get around to sort of start writing properly for a second album. But yeah, we're getting there. It's getting there, yeah.
And when could we hopefully sort of expect a new Red, White and Blues album?
Well, hopefully we're going to record it in, say, May of next year. Because Matti lives in Sweden, I live in London. We have so many other projects that we're involved in. It's actually just getting the time together. So generally what happens is, a load of ideas get put together, play them to Matti, he says whether they're good or bad or not, and then it sort of goes from there. So at the moment it's just finding the time to get those ideas to be aired, and but we want to have another record done by the middle of next year. It'd be a nice thing to do.
And for the viewers on Underkill TV that have not seen you guys or not heard, where's the best place to check you guys out? Is it via Facebook or website?
And we have the website, which is www.theredwhiteandblues.com. And you can get all the information, and there's a video on there. And I think if you go on, there's a couple of other bands out in the world called Red, White and Blues and things like that. But
so it is
theredwhiteandblues.com.
Yeah. There's also obviously YouTube and Facebook. I mean, if you go into YouTube, there's tons of it. But if you search on, say, Mike Gray's name or my name, then our band will come up, and there's tons of stuff in there.
It's quite easy today because you spell your name with a Y, don't you,
Yeah, I
Mike?
do.
Excellent stuff. And what time are you guys on this afternoon?
Generally when they tell us, but I believe it's around the 5:30 time. Literally, we just got here about 10 minutes ago, so we just do what we're told. Really, we're very, very obedient.
Yeah, we were good that way. Yeah,
pretty
we just
laid
do what
back.
we're told.
And how long have you got? How long is it? About 45 minutes?
I think so. Yeah, when we played with Lynyrd Skynyrd, we were meant to play for 30 minutes, and then we're on stage about probably about 3/4 of the way through the set, and then we get a message: keep playing. So, what do you mean keep playing? Play everything you know, because they'd been stuck in traffic and in fog, and so they ended up coming like an hour late. And I think we played for about an hour and 15
We
minutes.
did a full-on
full-on
headlining
yeah.
tour set.
Totally.
And that was what I was going to ask you as well. I mean, I've seen you guys play with Whitesnake, with the Choir Boys, obviously, like Download as well. What did the crowd go like down when you played with like Lynyrd Skynyrd? Did the crowd really take to you sort of straight away?
Yeah, I mean, we've been really lucky. Every show that we've done, we've had a really good response, and we seem to connect with the bands that we've played with, you know, but it's every day is a new day. You just never know. Take nothing for granted.
And the other thing I was going to say as well, in such a small time since the band has been going, you've done a lot of things, like as you say, you've had gigs with Lynyrd Skynyrd, Whitesnake, Download, obviously. What personally, for the both of you, has been the highlight, your personal highlights?
I think so far, I'd have to say Lynyrd Skynyrd, mainly obviously because they're a great band and they've got great songs, but also because the way they treated us. They were so friendly, gave us all the sound, the lights. They made a point out of us being comfortable, and yeah, that means a lot to a support band, obviously. And they were really cool guys, really sort of, and obviously they're iconic people. So for me, that was the highlight. Yeah.
What about yourself, Mike?
Unquestionably, Lynyrd Skynyrd. I've been doing this since I was 13 years of age and toured with a lot of bands, but no one has ever treated the band that I've been in like Lynyrd Skynyrd treated us. They literally gave us all of the lights, all of the PA. They moved their equipment so that we could get our equipment on stage. Okay, and I mean I've been in bands where you've been told, do not make eye contact with the lead singer. I've been told, you cannot have this, you cannot have that, my whole life. But Lynyrd Skynyrd, absolutely everything was given to us. And without doubt, the highlight was Ricky Medlock singing Diary of a Working Man to me in his dressing room on his guitar. That will live with me my entire life. So one of the most successful bands, iconic bands that's ever existed, just still went out of their way to treat pretty much nobodies as if they had total equal. Yeah, it is totally unbelievable, and it was a huge learning experience for us because every night they went on stage and killed it. It didn't matter that we had the lights. It didn't matter that we had the sound. It didn't matter that we had all the room. They were so confident and assured in their own entity. They could still be nice and still go and do their stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's the best thing.
Like you say, you're not talking about a band playing in an academy. You're talking arenas here with like massive stages and everything.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Really, really nice.
And obviously, then for a lot of people, I've asked this question throughout like the weekend. What's your views on the music industry at the minute with like the downloading and people seem to buy from download from like iTunes and things like that now, as opposed the independent record stores seem to be very few and far between. Are you all for it, or do you think it works for a band, or can it go against and the other way?
I mean, I'm sure Matty's got very definite views on this as well, but music is for everyone. The fact that more music is accessible to people, I mean, I went on the other day on iTunes and I listened to all of the Kenny Wayne Shepherd albums before I downloaded them. I probably wouldn't have bought them if I hadn't had that 45 seconds to go, oh yeah, I really like this. And so I probably buy more music as a result of being able to check it out for a little bit. I would never illegally download something because I would basically be stealing someone's revenue. But I do think that something like the X Factor is the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of music. And I think that the shows which do this sort of thing are evil. I actually think it's evil. That it's doing something that's just killing creativity, killing art, and it's turned music into something which is unrecognizable to me from a kid that used to rush out to buy a Van Halen album or the Sex Pistols or whatever, where it was creative. This is just heinous, disgusting greed, which is killing everything.
Couldn't agree more. Are you the same view on that?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree, but I think the thing that's changed is how people consume music, how they actually view music. And now it's bits. You can pick bits of this and that and the other. So you have to adapt to that in order to get your music out there. But having said that, I mean, the public, the people that listen to hard rock and rock music, they're different. They're very loyal. And they actually they care for their bands, the bands that they love. They buy the albums, they make sure that they get all the stuff that's out there. So for us, I think it's still working, but it's all changed. I mean, people buy and listen to music in a different way, totally, from when we were kids, for instance. Yeah.
Well, guys, I know you're really busy today, and really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us on Underkill TV. Really look forward to seeing you. Those of you, as I say, that haven't checked out the Red, White and Blues, please go to the website. Please check out the album. You will not be disappointed one bit. Guys, thanks a lot for your time. This has been Underkill TV with the Red, White and Blues, signing out from Hard Rock Hell.
Hello, I'm Mike Gray.
I'm MATTI,
And you are watching Underkill TV.